what's going on, all my gamers, all my Genshin gamers? So, as the new face of Genshin Impact, I have decided to come to this post right here called We Listen, We Don't Judge, Genshin Impact Edition. I want to know what they're saying about my game. I want to know what the community feels like. Now, this is Twitter, so you might get some interesting responses, and, we're gonna look through this. I'm not exactly the person who wrote this, so I, on the other hand, will be judging, and I will be talking about what I think is funny and what I think is stupid, because, it's Twitter. You're gonna get a whole bunch of different kinds of responses, but your boy is here to look at them all. So let's look at the first one. Genshin needs to focus on giving characters who haven't had that much screen time a bit more, and also find ways to rework 4-star Amber into a 5-star version one day. So I do think that they should start making more stories for different regions. Mondstadt, Inazuma, Liyue, the expansion. The expansion of Liyue was, I think, in the middle of Fontaine. I can't remember when that was, but yeah, something like that, where they give a little bit more expansion to an area. But as to give a 5-star, the Honkai Impact treatment, I don't know about that. Now, I'm not opposed to the idea. Of course not. Having a 5-star version of a character would be kind of cool. But as for Amber specifically, I don't know about that. Anyways, after getting into Honkai Star Rail, I found it extremely hard to get back into Genshin because it made me realize insanely tedious and unrewarding it is in literally every aspect. Battle Pass, level up mats, Primos, artifacts, etc. I don't think it's that bad when it comes to the Battle Pass. I think the Battle Pass is still fine. There's nothing too tedious about doing the Battle Pass, and that's where it's gonna end. Level up materials with character specific things, those only refresh every 3 days. I don't know why that's a thing. It is. Primos, I think Primos is fine. I don't think it's that hard to get Primos, but artifacts is stupid. I always complain about this. The fact that artifacts only have a certain amount that you can actually, create and focus on in the focus creator is really stupid. And you can't even pick a specific, like in Honkai Star Rail, you can focus on getting a helmet or getting legs or body or whatever. In Genshin Impact, you're rolling the dice. I think that's really stupid. At least I think that's stupid, and I can't really find any reason why that would be. They have no Natlan stuff in there. I think Fontaine, their artifacts aren't in there, and I think that's just really stupid. The most hated character design is actually my favorite. Who is it? Chaska. No, she's ugly as fuck. Sorry. I like Chaska, mostly because she's got a huge ass. But, that's just me. Instead of special events, they should have permanent domains, because less special events, this less special event is actually horrible. I guess I would have to know. Maybe some arcade mode. Dude, make prop hunt permanent. That'd be kind of funny. Don't shoot me, but Natlan side quests actually made me feel things. I skipped all the dialogue in the Natlan side quests. I'm not going to lie to you. I think if it's not voiced, I don't really care. I only do it for exploration because they give you 500 primos to do it. We listen, we don't judge. All 4-star characters are just trash gimmick, except for Bennett, Xiangling, and Xingqiu. I would like to add a few of these to this. Yunjin is amazing. If you have any kind of problem, if you add Yunjin to that, it's pretty good. Cookie is really good. Kalei is okay if you don't have Nahida, which you should all have Nahida, because Nahida is absolutely broken. But if you can't get Nahida, Kalei is an okay substitute. Not the best, but if you're in a bind, you kind of have to pick one. I'm trying to think of another character. Hold on, let me actually go look at the characters. So these characters aren't really gonna compare to a 5-star version where they're just gonna be outclassed in general. But Barbara, I think, is okay in the pinch. I think Beidou is okay, especially if you need to have electricity going off. Diona is going to work fine if you don't have Zhongli. If you have Zhongli, you just never need anyone else. Farzan is good. Farzan's only good for the Wanderer, so she's just kind of whatever. I think those are the only 4 stars I can think of that are really good. Sucrose is obviously good if you don't have Kazuha, but these characters pretty much get outclassed by their 5-star equivalent. Let's see, making it virtually impossible to kill playable characters greatly reduces the tension once you realize nobody is in any real danger at any point. I absolutely agree, and I have said this a lot when it comes to other games, like when I almost said Xing Cho, when Jiao Cho was not killed off in Honkai Star Rail. I really thought that really kind of turned it took off a lot of the tension that was in the game. Now, granted, they did permanently blind him. That's something, you know. All the characters that are killed off, especially the Archons, is not the Archons that are there currently, like Greater Ruka Davala wasn't killed, or Ruka Davala was killed off, but Nahida wasn't, you know. Folklore was killed, but Farina stayed because she's the playable character. I think killing off characters would be fine, like when Xiao saved us, but Zhongli came then saved him. I think it would have been fine there to kill him. I'm trying to think of another character where Chaska, no, not really. Maybe, what's her name? I almost said Nahida, not Nahida. The other small character that just came out, Kachina dying in the Night Warden Wars, and we go and save her. I sure it moves the plot along, but I mean, you know, they probably should have killed her off. I mean, I just feel like some people should have been killed off, at least at some point, you know. Like, Tepe was killed off, Koichi was killed off, and I'm trying to think of Signora's killed off. I'm trying to think of other people who have been killed off that you know, had some impact, but as far as 5-star, the 5-star characters, someone's got to die eventually, right? I wish Genshin would bring back the 4-star character story. I mean, we literally got Amber, Kaya, Lisa, Xiangling, Razor, Xingqiu. I know it's not a lot worth, but 4-star characters, great lore, sure, and hangout events. Have we not gotten hangout events in a while? I don't know. I don't do those. Maybe. Power creep should be addressed, not fun to see new characters who outclass the ones you already have. Like every 3 patches, that's not a thing. Like, I can't tell you how many people actually get power creeped. The only people who have been power creeped are people who have been power creeped by an entire new element, and that took until It took until, I'm trying to think of the place. It took until Sumeru, where Dendro outclassed everything else, and then Fontaine had the thing with the visions where they have specific. What is it called? They have specific mechanics in the game where they kind of also artificial power creep. You know, the night warden stuff, the night gale passes for the Natlan characters, the element thing, what is it called? The vision thing for the Fontaine characters. So they're not really getting power creep that often, and even still, like Kanich is kind of whatever. He's good with burning, which would have worked for me because I have Amelia. She's really busted. When you come to someone like Maulani, sure, she's good in Natlan, but outside of Natlan, she's kind of ass. Chaska, I think, works well outside of Natlan just because of Swirl, but the only character who has come out from Natlan that has something that could work outside of Natlan would be Shalonen, and that's just because she's a busted support. Supports do well anywhere. Fontaine has carried a handful of characters. The last act of its Archon quest, and I don't know what that is. World quest, not a bad region by any stretch, but it was awfully dry outside of it. IMO. That's just because they only had like 3 patches of Archon quest, but the Archon quest is amazing. It's probably like the best Archon quest in the game so far. As a watcher of Genshin story, because I missed the debut of the time, I have become confused as on Genshin direction moving forward. If I were to sum it up, the region community, it will go. I don't know what that says, but confused by Genshin's direction moving forward. I don't know. I like Amber. I use her often for explosion. Why? Combat cooking, even when players ragged on her. I kept it in my party. I love using her pyro element and Archon backstory with the character. She will always be a spawn on my team. Sure. That's stupid to do, but sure. I wish Sumeru was longer. I never felt genuinely invested in something the way that I did with Sumeru. Sumeru was okay. I can't really remember off the top of my head what happened to. I know there was the Izanami part. That was pretty cool. You know, The Izanami part, the part with, I think the only part that I really didn't like was the desert, just because I don't like the desert region. Fantasy is fantasy. They don't need to add representation because it's fantasy. They just have some inspiration from IRL, so don't feel anything about it. I don't really care about representation, and only people on Twitter really care. Genshin unlocking some of the most important lore behind limited time events or unvoiced story quests from the game. I cannot tell you how upset I am the fact that the power of what's her name, Arlecchino, is in a book somewhere in a random cave. What? Why wasn't the quest longer and she could just explain it? That's stupid. Why just have important lore somewhere off in a cave? I don't know. I think that's stupid. I generally don't understand how anyone likes Citlali besides being physically attractive. What? Citlali is like the best character, bro. What? She's so good. And the voice actress who did, I think the voice actress was the one who deserved to be nominated for Genshin Impact. Kenich's voice actor wasn't even there half the goddamn time. And when he was there, he didn't make an impression on me. Citlali, on the other hand, absolutely did an amazing job. And the person who voiced her was amazing. She's a great character. She definitely is important in Natlan's story, but her overall personality tone feels like something we've already seen from what? 7 billion playable female characters? You're just trolling. You're 100% trolling, and I don't know why you would be trolling. Fandom's never been good after Western's... Fandom never been good after Western trying to join the game. Yeah, after Twitter joins, everything goes down. This is that I never saw people complain about Ayato's Boba Cup being too modern. Huh, I never thought about that. They need to remember Chio and make her playable. Why don't I remember that? Who the hell's Chio? Side quests shouldn't be taking 5+ hours to finish. 100%, absolutely. Mancha needs some love, sure. I'm trying to get into the game, but the more I play it, the more I feel like it's not meant for older audiences. I don't think it is. You know, a lot of people would tell you that it's not meant for younger audiences or whatever the fuck, but when I go to IRL Genshin events, I'm just saying... Now, it's for all ages, of course, right? You know, you have people there cosplaying and anyone of all ages, but I'm just saying, if you look up cosplays or kids in cosplay, a lot of them are going to be like Klee or something, right? So I'm just saying, yes, it is not meant for older audiences. If you're looking for a more mature game, I'm going to be completely honest. You either want Honkai Star Rail or Wuthering Waves. Let's see. Natlan music travel is much better than Natlan music in... Wait, what? Natlan music in travel is much better than Natlan music in game right now? What does that even mean? Genshin is healing, not falling off. I don't think so. I don't think it's healing, but... Chat, don't you worry. I'm here. I will get us back on track. I'm going to find out what needs to be done, and I'm going to get this game back on track. Don't you worry. Everyone else is gone. I figured since no one else is here for the game, I will be here for the game, and I am going to get this game back on track since everyone else decided to go up against Tectone and lost. I figured it was a good opportunity to take over. Genshin peak with Natlan? No, absolutely not. I've been hooked on this game since 5.0. Best story, best characters, best music, best exploration. I would be shocked if Shiznaya managed to top this. You're lying. You're 100% lying. Fontaine is 100% better. Although I will say the best music is in Natlan. I think the Natlan fighting music is probably the best. I will give you that. The exploration is pretty cool too, just because Fontaine kind of knocked off some points by making the swimming mandatory in some parts. You lost some points with me there. At least when you have to use the mandatory Natlan exploration tools, it's actually cool stuff, like, you know, riding waves with Maulani, or using the little using the Kachina cart, or, you know, flying with Chaska. I don't have Kinich. I didn't really try Kinich. I guess that's fine. Let's go. Actually, like Chaska, her design is not outstanding, but neither is it terrible. It's fine. She just looks like I said, Chaska is just misfortune with the breast reduction. I kind of want to look at these quote retweets and see if we can find anything interesting. I actually do use crystal fly traps every week. I do too, just because the crystal fly traps makes using your resin a lot faster, and I mostly always use it for domains. They hacked Infinite Nikki's website and put a QR code to a private Genshin lobby with red text saying, yeah. I don't know who did that. Only people on Twitter genuinely believe Genshin fell off and no one loves Natlan. I think it's the opposite. I think people on Genshin don't believe that. Or on Genshin. I think people on Twitter don't believe that. When everyone else is telling you that Genshin is slowly falling off. Unfortunately, it might be kind of true. It might not be true. We won't really know unless we actually know the actual player count. I'm sure people don't talk about it as often, but I think Natlan, I like Natlan, right? But I like Natlan. I don't know how many other people also like Natlan. I know some people who have played Genshin, they don't really like it. Personally, I like it. Characters are meant to target and pull different demographics. No, if you degrade a character to bait because it doesn't align with your it just means you never cared for them past your own headcanons, and there's nothing bad with games targeting different demographics. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, I do agree with this. Genshin Twitter lives in a bubble. It doesn't realize most of their opinions on the game are not even close to representing the majority. That's 100%. Dude, that's so real. Yes, that's very true. If you want to know what people really think, you got to go outside of Twitter. Twitter is just like the worst place to get any opinion about anything. Reddit, not as much. They're not any better. I think YouTube is probably a good representation. Twitch, if you have, I don't know. Twitch outside of people's, outside of those people's Twitter, outside of those people's chats, go to Tectone's chat. Tectone's chat probably will tell you, or maybe even Mr. Pokey's. Their chats will probably tell you how they really feel about the game. Great food is arguably the best item in the game. I don't know what that even does. Natlan sucks. The shit is so out of place, especially Kinich. Especially Kinich and the 8-bit shit. I don't know why they were smoking with the design of Natlan. I do like Kinich. I like Kinich and I like his design. I know they're trying out new things and shit with the pop art graffiti or whatever the fuck it's called, and that's just not it. The graffiti is kind of whatever. I don't really use it. I don't even know what it's for. I'm going to be completely lost. Natlan and Sumeru are actually the best nations in terms of lore, story, character dynamics. That's absolutely wrong. It's Fontaine. Natlan and Liyue tied for my second favorite region. That's fine. I can't tell you're wrong. I would probably put Natlan. I think I would put Natlan second, just because Sumeru exploration was awful, and the desert made it so much worse. At least running around in Natlan is fun, so I would probably put it second. I want to wait until the story to see how good it is before I rank that story, but so far, Fontaine is unmatched. So as a second, I wouldn't mind that. Natlan is worst nation in terms of character design, and no one could convince me otherwise. I don't know. Well, might as well move on then. Game is cool once you stop being a hateful asshole and actually try it out for yourself. I do encourage people to try it out for themselves. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody else. If you think Genshin Impact will be a game that you would like to try, you go try it out. I will tell you how I feel about it, and I will show you the gameplay of it. But I shouldn't be able to convince you to play. I mean, maybe I should. If I convince you to play it, cool. But most importantly, you need to decide for yourself. It's a free game. Go try it out. You're not going to lose anything out of it from trying out a free game, right? If we get another Klee event, I'll show over the room. That's funny. Should be community ruin this game? I think Twitter probably ruined this game. My mind and heart is still stuck in Liyue. Dude, Liyue is so nice. I love Liyue. And I love Inazuma. Natlan is not even half as bad as everyone and their mothers are saying it is. They're just farming. People are just farming. It's fine. Dog shit predatory gacha system. It's a gacha game. It's all predatory. You're just going to have to get over it. Just because part of the fan base is insufferable doesn't negate the fact that the game has an amazing story, music, and has made a lasting impact on gaming. There's nothing shameful about being a Genshin player. Enjoying the game, interact with others that do the same. I think that is a perfect one to end on, chat. Never be ashamed of playing liking what you like unless it's Girls Frontline 2, in which case you probably shouldn't play that out in public, but I play Nikke, so I can't really judge you for that. All I'm gonna say is, chat, I hope you guys enjoy these. I hope I gave you some insight into what I think. Chat, you know, I will make Genshin Impact great again, but it starts one sub at a time. Chat, comment, like, and subscribe, and I will catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.